a lot of twists and turns, so I turned the camera on. This is very country. Not a lot of houses. Very country, so I figure I will let the battery run out to see what it captures. And take it from there and put the other battery on when this one runs out, because otherwise I'm gonna miss out on a lot of things, and I don't want to do that. There's a little creek right there, and like I said, this part of the West Virginia, it's very nice. It's all country. I saw a wood mill. I have not seen one of those since I came back from my home country in 37 years, 1986. I had not seen one of those, and it just brought back a lot of memories, because I used to have one like 3 blocks from where I used to live, and people back home use what the mill does, that it's like powder of the trees, and when it rains you put that all over your floors because you don't want your floors to get all wet. So that was it brought back a lot of memories, because I used to go and get some and I don't know what it's called. We call it acerrín in Spanish, but I don't know what the name of it in English. So it brought a lot of memories from my childhood. It amazes me how when you go from the city to areas like West Virginia like this, where you don't have a lot of contamination per se, you can breathe clean water, clean air, see the nice creeks, and especially the mountains, and how cool it is. And although it's a sunny bright day, you can see the sky. It's really nice. We've seen a lot of motorcycles. I will post pictures of the motorcycles. And like I said, it's a beautiful, I look at that. I don't know if that's a house, or it's probably a house, and it's on sale. But you see a lot of mountains and not a lot of houses. You see every a house a mile from each other, and you see no lights on the post. So this is like see, I wouldn't ride this road in the middle of the night. I need fog lights and better lights for the motorcycle, I think, in order for me to see all the twists and turns. And you see people sitting outside having yard sales, and it's a very, very peaceful place to come and live after you retire. I thought that I was considering retiring back home, but a nice quiet little place like this one, or see how he does that? He's such a great experienced motorcyclist. That's the reason why I like riding with Gus and Aram, and now Marsha and Howie. It's just 5-6 of us, and we take care of each other. We wait for each other. He leads the way. He tells us where there's there he is waiting for us. Howie, that's Howie. And Howie has been riding that motorcycle for 2 years, and he already put 30,000 miles on it. He made a trip for, he lives in North Carolina, a trip for, and went to 5 different states: Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, and of course North Carolina. So on his own, he didn't have anybody. So I should probably do a trip like that in DC, the DMV area, Maryland, Virginia, DC. This is a very rural area, and you see a lot of Baptist evangelical churches. So this is the reason why West Virginia is a red state, because it's very conservative. You don't have none of that craziness that we have up in Virginia, especially in Northern Virginia, where a lot of people from California and other states who are very liberal have come to live in my state. I'm so glad that we turned red again. It has always been a red state, very conservative. Parents are now dealing with all this BS about transgenderism and all that nonsense. Leave the kids alone. Let kids be kids. Let them go to school. Let them learn how to add, subtract, do math, science, social studies. What normal kids would do, instead of teaching them all this nonsense. And I blame the school boards. It's like they have no shame. Don't you people have kids? Mutilating our children and craziness like that. Let kids be kids. It makes me angry, especially when I have a 2-year-old. I don't know what the world is gonna be like in 3 years, but I'm gonna be one of those mothers going to PTA meetings every single freaking time to complain if they're teaching this crap in classrooms. Let teachers be teachers and stop bringing drag queens to do reading time with a drag queen. Like, that's something to be proud of. You know what drag queens do? They dance in front, in nightclubs for people who are adults. And I don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever it is, but there is a reason why these people, drag queens, who are trying to go to schools and teach our kids how to twerk and do all that nonsense, in adult club. Nobody under 18 can go in them. So let kids be kids. Move on with your lives. Do whatever you want to do by the time you're already a freaking grown-up. You can cut your penis off and put a vagina on, or do vice versa. I don't really give a damn about what you do with your life when you're a grown-up, but don't be messing up with my kid. I don't want any of these people talking to my kids and, that guy, hi kids. You can look like me, like it's freaking fucking something to be proud of. Pardon my French, but it just makes me angry. And that is all I'm going to have to say about that. I'm very passionate about that subject, that particular subject. I want my kid to have a normal life. Don't be taking parents' rights away. Like, I don't co-parent with the government. They don't put food on my table. I work to put food on my kid's table. So the education I'm teaching my kid at home, it's my business. I love the scenery. It's just beautiful. And I don't edit videos. I don't have time for that. I'm gonna them raw just like I'm recording them, because I think that when you edit videos, you take some of the most beautiful things out of them. The houses, the scenery, what I'm telling people. So, and I know people like to hear people talk, and sometimes I just want to enjoy the view instead of describing it to people. But I know that, a silent video makes people boring. If I'm interested in knowing what the place looks like, I am going to look at it and just enjoy it. There is a creek down there. I can get me a house like that, fix it up, and move over here when I retired. Or a little cabin like that one right there, with a nice fireplace. You can only dream, right? But the way we're going, that they want to make the retirement age 70. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go that long. So how he came from North Carolina to do this with us, which I think it's great that people. I mean, Gus is such a great guy that he keeps our group together, and I love riding with him because he knows what he's doing, and he's very nice, and he takes care of everybody. He wants to make sure, he doesn't leave anybody behind. And, that's the type of person that you want to hang out with, ride with. And, I've never ridden my motorcycle, besides commuting to work, anywhere to tour, because, I don't like to ride alone. I like to ride with at least one person. Have somebody to talk to when I have lunch or whatever. In that aspect, I'm not a loner. Even when I travel outside the country, I want to be with somebody, or I know that I'm going to meet somebody somewhere, or God knows I enjoyed my trip to El Salvador with my fiance and my son, and it was really nice, and we had a wonderful time. And We went to a lot of nice places, and there it goes. Because you're speeding. It's 55 miles an hour, man. You don't want to get one of those. Speeding, not a good thing on a motorcycle. It raises up your insurance, especially in a twisty road like this. You gotta make sure you follow the signs. If it says 30 miles an hour to make the turn, if you're able to handle your motorcycle well, you can do a little bit more, but my suggestion is follow the speed limit, 40 miles an hour. Like I said, if you know your motorcycle, you could probably do, like I did, 47. Especially if you don't know the roads or the twisties or how sharp they are, the corners. I've learned how to do this because in 2021, when I was still working 5 days from home, I would take my motorcycle out at lunch hour and go into a twisty road close to my house. But it took a lot of practice for me to be able to do that. Instead of braking, just accelerate and have a feel for the corner, the sharp corner, and see how well you do it. Like that corner right there, that was a long corner to do. So, you know, you lean your body over to one side and the motorcycle to the other side. You don't want your motorcycle to to go underneath you and you fall. In front of it. But it was, I think that has been the hardest turn that I've had to do, because it was a very long, like this one right here. See? Ooh, this is fun. You just keep